Hello everyone, welcome to my cooking channel, T Alexa. My name is T. Before we begin, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to turn on post notifications so that you will be notified once I upload. Cabbage is a green, savory vegetable that either you love it or you hate it. Me personally, I love cabbage, and I grew up eating cabbage once a week. Today I have the perfect cabbage recipe that I think you're going to love. So to make my cabbage recipe, you're going to need a cabbage, 1 onion, 1 green pepper, chicken broth, you're going to need some bacon, some minced garlic, and salt and pepper. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take off the outer portion of the cabbage and throw those in the trash. And you also have to cut your cabbage up. So I'm back. I finished cutting my cabbage, my green peppers, and my onions, and I've already put my bacon in the pan, and I have about 4 slices of bacon in this pan. So now I'm going to show you what I do next. Alright, so I add my garlic in, and I love garlic, so I'm putting about 1 tablespoon of garlic. And then what I do is I start to layer my cabbage and my bell peppers and onions so that it'll be scattered throughout when it's cooking. So I put a layer of cabbage, and then I put a layer of green peppers and onions, and then I do it again. And I also usually go ahead and add like salt and pepper to my layers as well. And you can add your salt and pepper to taste. And now I'm going to add more onions, more bell peppers, and once this starts to cook, it'll cook down. I think I'm going to add a little bit more pepper. Just a little bit more salt, and this will probably be all the salt that I add until it starts to cook. And then once I taste it, if I need to adjust my seasonings, I will by adding more. I should have got a bigger pot, but this will cook down. Cabbage has a lot of liquid in it, so once it starts to cook, its juices will start to render. So you don't have to add like a lot of chicken broth. If you don't have chicken broth, you can just use water. Yeah, I should have got a bigger pot because this is overflowing. Alright, so that is all added. Now I'll add my chicken broth. And like I said, you don't need a lot of chicken broth. You just need, I don't know. This right here is probably about a cup. I'll start with that, and if I need to add more chicken broth, I will. Once it starts to cook, I'll look and see where we are as far as liquid, and I may have to add more. So now my cabbage is starting to cook down, and I totally forgot to tell you to add butter to the cabbage. So I am going to go ahead and add my butter, and this looks like it's about 4 tablespoons of butter, and I'll just cut it up. And really I don't have to cut it up, I'll just throw it in there. And also, I forgot to tell you that I put some of this W sauce in there. I can't pronounce it, so we're just gonna call it W sauce. And I'll just stir it up. And once it cooks a little more, I'll taste to see if I need to add more seasonings. Sometimes I'll put red pepper flakes in here as well. I'll add like a pinch of red pepper flakes, and sometimes I'll add just a little bit of hot sauce. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and let this finish cooking. And once it's done, I'll be back. Okay, so it looks like that my cabbage is almost done. As you can see, the cabbage has cooked all the way down. And while the camera was off, I did add more seasonings. I tasted it and I adjusted my seasonings. It needed more salt, pepper, and I also added this right here. Better than bouillon. It's like it's the chicken flavor, and to me my cabbage did not have enough chicken flavor, so I wanted to add more. So I did put about a tablespoon, or like a teaspoon, I take that back, a teaspoon of better than bouillon. So I added that in there. And I also added just a pinch of turmeric. Turmeric is optional. You do not have to add turmeric. Some people don't like turmeric in their cabbage, but we like a little bit of turmeric, and turmeric is very, very healthy for you. So I did add a little bit of turmeric. And so I'm probably just going to let this cook just maybe a few more minutes to get it a little bit more tender. You're just going to cook it to your desired tenderness. Some people, like my mom, she likes her cabbage crunchy. I don't like my cabbage crunchy, so I like to cook it to my liking, and you can do the same. And also remember to taste. Remember I told you have to taste your food. If it doesn't taste good to you, it's not going to taste good to other people. So I always taste my food to make sure that my seasonings are to my liking and that they're okay. And I add a little bit of seasoning at a time until I get to where I want it to be. So now my cabbage is done, and I'm going to give it a taste test. It's really, really good. You guys need to give this recipe a try. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, comment, like, and subscribe, and be looking out for more recipes in the future. One more time. One more time. One more time.